Okay, shalom, shalom. Kwam Yasha Allah. Koholoimla, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Bahashim Rakah HaKodash. Double honors to our apostles and to our elders, a great millstone who do rule well. And that by the Spirit taught us his beautiful truth. And just want to say the water to all the H.I.M and Akwaf that's out here sincerely keeping the laws, the statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai to the best of their ability. Shachana Walk. Just coming at you with another quick lesson, praying that it's edifying by the Spirit. We're going to keep it as classy as we possibly can, just for educational purposes only. But I came across this article in The Guardian. It says, Chinese social media filled with anti-black racist content, says watchdog. Now, I mean, of course, we understand that. Because the book of Psalms, chapter 83, it goes off into the enemies of the Lord. And the number one enemy of the Lord is the so-called white man. I think third in line is the Moabites, which is the so-called Chinese people today. I think second in line is Ishmael, which would be like the Arabs today. And they hate the children of Israel, you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. All these nations do. All these nations do. It's 18 nations in the scriptures. All 17 of those nations hate you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans with a complete passion. They can't help it because they are the enemies of the Lord. And the scriptures talks about how, they hate the Lord and they hate his children. But anyway, but now in this article as well, don't get me wrong, because see, you got a lot of so-called Chinese, kids or these past couple of generations or so. They want to be just like so-called Negroes anyway. They dress like us. They try and dance like us. I was just watching, what was that? I'm flipping through the channels and hit, what's that? I think it's American Idol. And here you go, you in America trying to do shit that Negroes do in America. You think that you were looking at Negroes dancing. Because they're the king of bootlegging. No one is gonna out bootleg the so-called Chinese people. You can forget about it. They'll make a damn car just like the original. All they need is an original copy, and they're gonna duplicate it the exact same way, and you will not be able to tell the difference. You see? Because they have no originality, even amongst their, matter of fact, I'm just going to pull a few things. Let's just see. I might even ask the question. Why does the president of China wear suit and ties like the so-called white man? Why don't they wear their kung fu clothes? They all wear suits and ties. You think that they would be in their own, garb, so to speak. Their own ancient garments. Yeah, here we go. I ain't even had to type it all in. Nope, that's not what we want. I just say, and they may not even give you that an answer. Cause see, these leaders, they dress like the so-called white man. You see what I'm saying? And then, like I said, matter of fact, let me put in. Let me see what pops up. Why do Chinese dress like black people? Let me see. Somebody pop up. Because they into hip hop. They love Jake, man. No, not why they dressed in black. Why do they dress like black people? Let me put it in. Yeah, we know they dress in black clothing. Yeah, they don't have a whole, but we already know what it is. It's evident. Look, even matter of fact, even those, you know what I'm saying? All those little, so-called Chinese groups and stuff like that. You're black and pink, whatever the hell they are. Them little chicks, they trying to be like so-called black girls. They just done got rid of the girl groups here. Remember back in the days, you have girl groups like Escape, all these different girl singing groups. Jake not doing that no more. It's either they solo or they pretty much they just solo groups. You don't see like a boys to men and all that stuff like that. But like these little Asian, so-called Asian groups, they ain't doing nothing but replicating what so-called blacks have done. That's it. They dance like us. They try and look like us. You know what I'm saying? And in a lot of those places over there, they've been trying to have their eyes more rounded out. They be having surgeries to have their eyes. Matter of fact, let me see if I can put that in. They don't want to even look like them damn selves. They trying to get more of a, they want more of a Edomite look. They want to look like so-called white people in a lot of areas when it comes to like professional, you know, or, you know, having these jobs in like the corporate world, so to speak. Let me see. And it's just educational purposes only, because if you're going to be racist, you have to look at your own race first, man, where you're not even being you're not even being yourself. I can see if you was going on hard body being yourself, you know. They love anything that so-called Negroes is into. They love it, especially that this newer generation of them, man. Let's see here, though. I'm just going to put in, why do they get eye surgeries? Let me see. It says approximately one half of the Asian population is born without an upper eyelid crease. Therefore, double eyelid surgery is now popular among Chinese. But this is not the only surgery that they get. But you know what, though? You know, I done kind of went a little far into it. I just wanted to bring out a couple of things, because let's go off into where they really come from, because they come from Lot. Lot's two daughters had sex with their father. And that's where you get the so-called Chinese race and the so-called Japanese race from today. They're actually brothers and sisters, or actually they're actually brothers, right? Let me see. Now this goes down when Sodom and Gomorrah was happening, right? And the Lord destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah. The angels helped Lot get out of there. His wife looked back, of course, was turned to a pillar of salt. You know, you get that story if you've ever heard it. But the angels told him to go off into, I think, a land called Zoar, but he wanted to go another way. But anyway, you know, it was so disastrous that the daughters actually thought that that was pretty much the end of the world, and there was no more people on the planet. So the older sister, she came up with a plan and told the younger sister, hey, look, I'm going to go in tonight. I'm going to get I'm going to get our dad drunk, and I'm going to lay with him so we can, you know, continue our, you know, population, so to speak. So the first older daughter, which is the so-called Chinese today, laid down with Lot. She got pregnant, told her younger sister to go in and sleep with the father the second night. And she got pregnant. So actually Lot is the dad and granddad of those children, which is bugged all out. So they are a very incestuous nation of people. That's the reason why they don't have that eyelid crease. They got that, you know, it's somewhat of a Down syndrome. You know, when you have close ancestry like that, you know, things could go wrong. But anyway, let me see if I can find it. Oh, here we go right here. Genesis 19. Let me start up a little bit. And this is their history. So they can't say anything about nobody like that, man. And the Lord said that they are his wash pot. Moab is my wash pot. Why do you think they're so good at doing feet? Why do you think that they're so good at, you know, doing toenails and shit like that and scrubbing people's feet? They're good at that because that's what the Lord created them for. And that's what they're going to be doing in the kingdom. You know? And then I ain't going to even go off into why y'all got them, you know, them cat and you know, why they're not getting rid of, we can go into that too. The dog and cat market. They over there having, you know, chopping up damn pit bulls and shit, chopping up, you know, chihuahuas or whatever kind of, you know, and not just that, eating every goddamn thing on the planet. So it's really nothing you can say about people when you have that type of history, man. Okay, so let me see here. Let's get this. And it's entitled Lot is Debased. Lot and his daughters. This is starting from Genesis chapter 19, verse 30. And Lot went up out of Zor and dwelt in the mountain, and his two daughters with him, for he feared to dwell in Zor. And he dwelt in a cave, he and his two daughters. Okay, so y'all coming out of them caves too. Right along with Esau, basically. And the firstborn said unto the younger, Our father is old, and there is not a man in the earth to come in unto us after the manner of all the earth. Come, let us make our father drink wine, and we lie with him, that we may preserve seed of our father. See? This is their history. This is why they look the way that they look. And a lot of them were, they were a lot darker back in the days too, though. It says, matter of fact, they was, they was a lot darker, man. You go back into their history. And they made their father drink wine that night, and the firstborn went in. This is the so-called Chinese, right here. And the firstborn went in and lay with her father, and he perceived not when she lay down, nor when she arose. And it came to pass on the morrow that the firstborn said to the younger, Behold, I lay yesternight with my father. Let us make him drink wine this night also, and go thou in and lie with him, that we may preserve seed of our father. See? And they made their father drink wine that night also, and the younger arose and lay with him, and he perceived not when she lay down, nor when she arose. Thus were born the daughters of Lot, with child by their father. See that? And the firstborn bare a son, and called his name Moab. And the same is the father of the Moabites unto this day. And that's the so-called Chinese race. Their biblical name is their Moabites. Right? It says in the younger, she also bare a son, and called his name Ben-Ami. The same is the father of the children of Ammon unto this day. And that's the so-called Japanese race today. So there's your history on them. So they can't, get to talking about people in no horrible manner. Because, they going off into the article. They talking about, I guess the Africans, all this stuff they talk. They monkeys. They, look at them. They're dusty. They're dirty. They're, all these things. China is over there, had to help them out. No, China is over there taking advantage of them just like the so-called white man is. They're just trying to get their footing in the earth, too. They over there stealing their resources, too. That's what they over there for. They're not over there to really help. They taking it. They seizing an opportunity. You see, just like all the other nations do, man. You see what I'm saying? And then when you listen to this story right here, too, with these daughters, when those sons grew up, you best believe, they slept with them sons. They didn't go back in and sleep with Lot. You know what I'm saying? Or at least it didn't say. Because they didn't have no daughters, right? It didn't say that Lot had, and they had two daughters, which was even still would have been close incest. So guess what? When those sons got to probably be about 12, 13, whenever they, was of age to, I don't want to sound, whatever, but, push out sperm, so to speak. They were sleeping with them, too. So now you got Lot. He's the granddad and the dad. And then you have to look into the story. See, you got to, by the Spirit. I know it's not saying that in there, but they became a race of people. They're here today. And that's the only way that it really could have went down. So, let's go off into here, though, because I really didn't read any of the story. But, we already know. These are things we know. We know that the so-called Chinese don't like us in America. We know that. But you know what? They set up their Chinese food restaurants in our neighborhoods. That's where they get the most of their money. All these nations do. They get their money off the children of Israel. And you know what? That COVID killed them businesses, man. You don't see no Chinese food places or no sushi spots or no damn Japanese food. When COVID went down and they was talking about them eating bats and all kinds, that was a wrap. I be driving by them all the time. Most of them places closed up and never opened back up. You see? It says Chinese social media is littered with racist videos, particular content that mocks black people or portrays them through offensive racial stereotypes. Research by Human Rights Watch has found the Human Rights Watchdog analyzed hundreds of videos posted on Chinese social media since 2021 and found that major platforms, including, I ain't gonna even try and pronounce none of this silly shit, but I guess that's all like their Facebook, their Twitter, and all that shit over there. It says one type of video that is popular on Chinese social media portrays people in African countries as primitive or impoverished with Chinese people. Often, the content creators being shown as wealthy saviors. One video posted on Douyin in April this year shows a woman in an African country washing her hands in a hut before drinking what is described as homemade alcohol from a muddy blue container. The video, which has captured life in Africa, clean and hygienic, primitive tribe, has 12,000 likes. Several negative comments underneath, such as, "Thank you to my 8 generations of ancestors for giving birth to me in China." See, this is how they feel. But check it out though. I mean, it's nothing you can say, man, because your history is not that great, man. It's not that great. And this right here is the reason why, hey, I'm never going to a Chinese food restaurant. Never. Because I just seen a story last night. I think it was Taiwan. I think they done got rid of, the eating of the cat and dogs. I think they just done it this year. But China don't want to do that because that's what they like to eat, man. They like to eat cat and dog. They love all different types of weirdo shit. So my thing is, and you see them. All you got to do is go on YouTube and watch some of the shit they be eating and slurping up. I mean, it speaks for itself. I'm just going to put in cat and dog market in China. And it's not going to be you can go buy a puppy. If you're going to buy one, you buying him to chop his ass up and throw him in some soy sauce and rice. That's for sure. See? Dog meat festival opens in China despite ban rumors. They ain't banning that. They busting these damn dogs down. Matter of fact, I done seen videos of them riding by on motorcycles and snatching them up by the leash and stealing people's dogs, man, to get down, man. They getting down. Matter of fact, they found like an 18-wheeler trailer full of skint down dog meat going into a damn Chinese food restaurant. This is why we don't mess around, bro. Why China Dog's meat market has expanded. They got sites for this, man. They vicious to them. They whip them right up. I'm not going to go off into it. But you don't have nothing to say. And then at the same time, too, see, they be talking, they talking all this shit as if all of China is just, just beautiful. No, the hell it's not. They got places in China that's worse than Africa. I mean, so come on, bro. I just wanted to touch on this for a hot sec, man, because it's very hypocritical for them to say any damn thing, man. Here you go. You come from close incest. Only thing you're really good at is fucking washing feet and doing nails. Then you trying to powder down your damn face to look white. Come on, bro. Nah. Man, let's get this though. But we try and tell y'all so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, man, hey, look, these people don't like you. Oh, slot. I probably put that in wrong. They don't like you, man. Don't ever get it twisted, because you ain't going to really see them hanging out with Jake like that, unless they just trying to learn some fucking breakdance moves or, some trying to learn how to rap or something. They don't mess with Jake like that. But again, like I said, we're not Hamites. I'm not defending. I'm not defending no damn Hamites, Because them bone through the nose Africans don't like us neither. What the hell going on here? I can't find the scripture. Maybe it's spelled together. Yep, Psalm 60:8. It says, Moab is my washpot. Over Edom will I cast out my shoe. Philistine, triumph thou because of me. And Psalms 108:9 says, Moab is my washpot. Over Edom will I cast out my shoe. Over Philistine will I triumph. So, hey, it is what it is, man. And see, the Moabites, some so-called Chinese people, they think they next. They think they next to rule the world. When that's not true at all, man. The next to rule this world is going to be the Israelites. Yahweh, which the world ignorantly calls Jesus, he's going to come and set up our kingdom. And y'all will never get to rule nothing. You're going to be subjects to us like you was when King David was ruling. Like you was when our King Solomon was ruling. You see? And like I said again, these are one of the sets of the enemies of the Lord. Let's go into Psalms 83. Yeah, we are on that, the Shabbat, Salakia, the Sabbath, with the blowing of the horns, man. That's symbolic, man, of what's about to happen too. We about to go back into our rightful state soon, man. Psalms 83:1. And it's entitled, it says, God implored to confound his enemies, because these people are his enemies. It says a song or a psalm of Asaph. And matter of fact, these are the same people that's trying to rewrite the Bible. So this is a wicked ass people, man. And we prophesy against them too. Y'all going into slavery too, right along with the so-called white man, right along with the so-called Arabs, right along with your sisters or brothers, the so-called Japanese. You damn Hamites, all you African nations too. Y'all going into slavery, man. Y'all going directly into slavery in the kingdom. And that's that, man. We prophesy against y'all too. It says, keep not thou silence, O Yahweh. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O Yahweh. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. And that's all these nations. They hate our Lord. They hate Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai. They're not going to keep no laws, statutes, and commandments, man. What does the scripture says? You're not supposed to eat anything that walk on all fours or their paws. You're not supposed to eat no damn dogs, no cats, and no nothing. The Lord didn't impute wisdom to them like that. But they act like they're the wisest people on the planet. But you don't have sense enough to not eat damn fucking pets, man. It says, for lo, thine enemy make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come, and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. And these are the nations right here. The tabernacles of Edom, that's the so-called white man. He's the number one enemy of the Lord. He's the only one that's not going to receive like no. He's not getting no mercy at all. The Ishmaelites, right? He's secondary in line. He's them damn Arabs. Third in line is these so-called Chinese people of Moab. And the Hagarenes. That's some damn Africans, man. Hamites. Because we're not Africans. Noah had 3 sons, Shem, Ham, Japheth. We come from Shem. Them damn Hamites, them Africans come from Ham, man. We are not the same people as them. But you see, and that's what the so-called, this is what these nations came together and done, though. They came together and say, well, hey, let's cut them off from being a nation so that they'll call themselves Israel no more. Now, they give you names like Black, African American, hell, damn, we was even named after a damn hairstyle at one point, Afro Americans, niggas, Negroes, Spics, Hispanics, Haitians, Jamaicans, all these different names that they gave us when they colonized us. Those are not our names. We are Hebrew Israelites from our respective tribe. We come from Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Jacob's name was changed to Israel or Yasha'al in the Hebrew tongue, which means he is a prince of the power. And that's what we are. We are princes of the power, man. Of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai. We're not no damn Hamites. We're not blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, Latinos, Dominicans, none of those names, man. And the Lord is bringing us back up right now. Okay, but it says Gabal and Ammon. Ammon is the so-called Japanese. And Amalek. Amalek is the top tribe of the Edomites. Those are the people that's over there in the Holy Land right now, claiming to be the holy people. The Philistines, another group of damn Hamites. And the inhabitants of Tyre. Assur also is joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot, Selah. And the children of Lot is Moab and Ammon, the so-called Chinese and the so-called Japanese, man. And you got your little offshoots of them, your North Koreans, South Koreans, you know, because they're scattered. It's tribes of all these nations. You see what I'm saying? And they're all disguised by these new names, so to speak. They're not going by their biblical names. And don't think that they don't know the history of so-called blacks, man. They don't think that the elite of these people know their history, man. They know who we are. As a matter of fact, let me get that law, though. Not supposed to. That's a dietary law, man. Leviticus 11:27. And whatsoever goeth upon his paws among all manner of beasts that go on all fours, those are unclean unto you. Whoso touches their carcass shall be unclean until evening. So you're not supposed to be messing with nothing with no damn paws, man. You eating them, you're just cutting them, you just got the shit in rice, man. Like for real. And I mean, it's the list goes on with their dinner menu. I'll keep it at that, man. Like straight up. So when you get to talking about people, you can't talk about nobody like that, man. Because this shit right here is saddening. And I've seen videos. I'm not gonna go up into it. You know what I'm saying? But man, I've seen some videos where they go to town with the hatchet, man. They go to town with it. See this right here? They ready to rock. You can just go pull up and buy you one, man. And either take him home or you can just get you a plate. These are not about to be sold for pets, man. You see what I'm saying? I'm not going to go into it. Here you go right here. Hold on. Let me see. Look at this guy here. The hell is that? Nothing to him, bro. Nothing. It's just nothing, bro. Nothing. Look at that. Look at that. Never mind. I can't even take it. Look at this guy right here. Oh, he about to fry the damn piglet alive. That don't make, boy. Look at homeboy face. Homeboy face is crazy. I can't even watch him do it, man. Let me. Hey, man. And here's one of them boys where they say Animal Crisis. Dog meat from owners plays the role of Grim Reaper Part 2. You be walking up the street with your damn dog, and they'll roll right by and snatch that motherfucker right up, boy, and throw him in something. His ass will be off in some damn noodles. Anyway, though. Man, my bad. I just seen this story, and I'm like, huh? Y'all can't say nothing about nobody. Because Hamites said, don't get me wrong, them damn Hamites over there in Africa, they do be doing some shit, you know? But I be watching, a lot of different news stations, news channels, and I be looking like, well, damn. And Jake, y'all so goddamn proud and want to be a damn African so bad. Take y'all asses over there and see how different you really are. Because them Africans, when they come here, they treat you Negroes just like how the so-called Chinese treat you. Just like how the so-called white man treats you. Just like how all these nations, they come to the hood and they treat you like trash, man. But they'll smile in your face, though, because they know they need your money. We talking about these the same people that's in the salons, jumping on so-called black women and whooping their asses. See? So y'all better come out of that. You better realize that those enemies that was named off in Psalms 83 I just read, those are your enemies. These people that's in your neighborhood, the ones that own your supermarkets, they own your banks, they own your McDonald's, your Wendy's, your Burger King, they own your gas station. They own the mechanic shops. They own the hair salon. They own the beauty supply. You see what I'm saying? The one they in the hood, they own everything. They getting filthy, dumb, rich off of the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, and it shouldn't ever say anything about a so-called black, Native American, or Hispanic, other than, hey, I love those people because I sent my children to school off of them. I live off of them. I bought my house off of them. The car that I'm driving, I pay everything because I was able to do business with them. Shouldn't ever be able to say nothing bad about us. But guess what? Roles are going to be reversed, baby, in the kingdom. That's for goddamn show. And I can't wait, man. So with that, I pray that this lesson was edifying. Oh, Slakia. Come here, Shala.